This is the book of Hebrews chapter 10 verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living Yahweh. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, mercy, and blessings unto the hopeful elect, the Israelites of the Bible, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And like as I read right now in the book of Hebrews chapter 10 verse 31, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living Yahweh. And right here you can see a woman, she got judged by the Heavenly Father. And it is a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living Yahweh, because you don't know how you're going to get judged by him, if it's going to be mentally, physically, or spiritually. And this woman right here, she kind of looks like Eve, a Southern tribe. She got judged physically. And the caption reads, says, Tennessee's mom loses leg in attack by her own pit bull that left limb basically hanging off. A Tennessee's mom was forced to have her leg amputated after her pit bull savagely locked its jaw around the limb, leaving it hanging on by a thread as she tried to break up a dogfight inside her home. So basically her own dog attacked her. Amanda Mears, 42, was preparing to take her mixed American Pit Bull American Staffordshire named Denise out for a walk when the dog lunged at Ralphie, an American bully, after he escaped from a bedroom where he had been kept inside her more free-borough home, according to the Mirror. So yeah, this woman, she got judged by the Heavenly Father. And we go to the book of Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5. It says, the just out of one Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning do he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust know it no shame. So yeah, so the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, every morning he brings his judgment upon the earth. And that's why it's a fearful thing to fear the Heavenly Father, and always to pray him for you to get mercy from him, because you don't know how you're going to get judged by him. And we also go to the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 6. It reads, because to every purpose there is a time and a judgment. So to every purpose and time there's a judgment, and it was her time to get judged by the Heavenly Father. Reason why, we will never know. That's between her and the Most High Yahweh. Again, Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 6, because to every purpose there is a time and judgment. Therefore the misery of man is great upon him. Now a lot of people who don't know the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, they will probably get mad if you let them know, not knowing the fact that his thoughts are not our thoughts, like it says in the book of Isaiah chapter 55 verse 8. It reads, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, said the other one Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So we will never know the thoughts of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and the reason why she got judged. That's only between her and the Most High. She probably got judged because of what she did in this lifetime or her past lifetime, but we will never know. Only the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, will know. And we also go to the book of Job chapter 34. Like it says, our thoughts are not his thoughts, and his ways are not our ways. We go to the book of Job chapter 34 verse 12. It reads right here, yea, surely Yahweh will not do wickedly, neither would the Almighty pervert judgment. So the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, would never judge someone out of wickedly. He will not pervert his judgment, because his judgment is always a righteous judgment. And you could see how he judges different nations and people, like our people. We're getting judged because we didn't follow the law, statute, and commandments. So that's why we got cursed. If we would have obeyed the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, we would be blessed. But we're cursed. But now that he sent his son Yahweh Shai, so he could give us this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, now we're blessed, those that were able to receive this knowledge, wisdom, understanding. And we also go to the book of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, because she got judged by a beast. It says right here, Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 28. It reads, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. So this was a vengeance from the Heavenly Father, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So in their time, they're gonna, take the order of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because he is master and spirit of all spirits. Salak for that. He is he's the father of all spirits, of good, bad. Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Like it says in the word, it says, vengeance belongeth to me. So that was vengeance from the Heavenly Father. Right here, verse 30. Teeth of wild beasts, and that was a wild beast, a pit bull, an American pit bull, bit her. His jaw was locked on her leg that, they had to amputate it. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. In the eyes of the Heavenly Father, she was being wicked, so she got, judged by him. Verse 31, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. So, when these spirits get the order from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, they're gonna be ready, and they're gonna rejoice. When the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, puts them to do work. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. So when the time comes, they're not going to disobey his word. They're going to do it. Also, we go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 39. It reads, and this is when Yahweh, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, was speaking to Moses, and he was letting him know. It says, see now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. So the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he kills, he makes alive. I wound and I heal. So she got wounded by the Heavenly Father. Lord willingly, she probably gets healed by him. So that's between her and the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So no one could, deliver you out of the hand of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's why, like I started off in the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living Yahweh. So no one could deliver you out of the hand of the Heavenly Father besides the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Even Yahweh Shai, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ, he even said it to his disciples in the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. He warned them, he told them, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. So we shouldn't fear man if when they kill the body, because they can't kill the soul. So because once the body is dead, the soul returns back to the spirit world with the Heavenly Father and the angels. And then when we're there, we get our judgment. And whenever he's ready to send us back to earth, he will send us back to earth. So again, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. So it's the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who we should fear and not fear man. If we go, the last precept will be Ecclesiasticus, chapter 7, verse 29. It says right here, fear the outer one Yahweh with all thy soul. So that's what we should be doing. Fearing the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, with all our soul. And reverence his priests. And who are his priests? Those will be the elders and the apostles, Great Millstone, GMS. Those that have the 100% truth. And with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash, Shalom.